My parents dumped me for 9 years because of my sick sister. When they finally tried to reconnect, I pretended not to know them. I was 8 years old when my parents sat me down in our living room and told me I was going to live with grandma for a while. My little sister Emma had just been diagnosed with leukemia, and they said they needed to focus all their energy on helping her get better. A while turned into 9 years. I grew up in grandma's small apartment 3 states away while my parents stayed with Emma through chemo, hospital stays, and eventually remission. They called maybe once a month, always the same conversation asking how school was going, telling me Emma was doing better, promising they'd visit soon. They never did. Grandma tried to make excuses for them, saying they were overwhelmed and doing their best. But I stopped believing that around age 11 when I realized other kids' parents managed to visit even when life got hard. When I turned 13, the calls dropped to every few months, then just birthdays and Christmas. By 15, I'd stopped expecting anything from them at all. Grandma raised me. She came to my basketball games, helped with homework, taught me how to drive, attended parent-teacher conferences that she wasn't even technically supposed to be at. She was there for everything while my actual parents were busy being Emma's parents. When I graduated high school, I sent them an invitation out of obligation. They didn't come, said Emma had a doctor's appointment that week and they couldn't reschedule. I wasn't even surprised anymore. Grandma cried though. She called them that night and I could hear her yelling through the bedroom wall about how they'd abandoned their son. I started college on a partial scholarship and worked 2 part-time jobs to cover the rest. Never asked my parents for a dime. Grandma helped when she could, but she was living on a fixed income. Meanwhile, I'd see my parents posting on Facebook about Emma's accomplishments, her art shows, her honor roll certificates. They looked so proud in every photo. I wasn't in any of them. Last month, I was working my shift at this coffee shop near campus when they walked in. I recognized them immediately, even though I hadn't seen them in person since I was 8. My mom looked older, more tired. My dad had gray hair now. Emma was with them, 17 years old and healthy, laughing at something on her phone. They got in line right in front of my register. My heart was pounding so hard I thought I might pass out. My mom looked up at the menu, then down at me. Her eyes went wide.
Sweetie, oh my god, it's you!
Tyler? My dad stepped forward, smiling like we were old friends running into each other. We've been meaning to reach out. Emma's doing great now and we finally have time to reconnect. We're actually touring colleges in the area. Emma glanced up from her phone, barely interested. I looked at all 3 of them standing there, expecting me to, what, break down crying? Welcome them back with open arms? I kept my face completely blank. I'm sorry, do I know you? My mom's smile faltered. Tyler, don't joke around. It's us, your parents. I picked up the ordering tablet like I would with any other customer. What can I get started for you today? The confusion on their faces was almost funny. My dad tried again saying my full name, mentioning grandma, bringing up specific memories from when I was little. I just stood there pretending they were strangers having some kind of mental episode. My manager noticed the holdup and came over asking if there was a problem. These people seem confused, I said calmly. Maybe they need a minute to decide what they want. My mom started crying. She reached across the counter trying to grab my hand, but I pulled back. Tyler, please, we know we messed up, but we're here now. Emma finally looked up from her phone, realizing something serious was happening. That's when I leaned forward and said quietly enough that only they could hear, you had 9 years to be here. 9 years of basketball games, science fairs, birthdays, graduation. You picked her over me every single time. Now you want to walk in here and pretend we're family? I don't know you. My manager asked if I needed him to call security. I said no, these customers were just leaving. My dad tried one more time, his voice shaking, asking how I could do this to them. I looked him straight in the eye, the same way you did it to me. They left without ordering. Emma looked back once and I saw something like guilt cross her face, but I didn't care anymore. My coworker asked if I was okay and I just nodded and took the next customer's order. Grandma called me that night saying my parents had reached out to her, upset and confused about what happened. She asked if I wanted to talk about it. I told her there was nothing to talk about. They made their choice a long time ago and I've been making mine ever since. Never